Just seeing tomorrow's first reading, it's actually the beginning of Deuteronomy. So this is our last reading from Numbers, which is in chapter 20. However, we're not going to hear Deuteronomy's reading tomorrow because it's the Feast of the Transfiguration. So we'll have its own special readings for that feast day. Sometimes I'm a little bit critical of not like my opinion matters on this stuff anyways, but how the church, does the liturgy and stuff. But this one, they did it beautifully. As far as the timing, I assume it's very intentional that today's first reading from Numbers is water, Moses getting water from the rock, and then our gospel reading in the Matthew cycle is Jesus telling Peter, "You are the rock." I don't think that's by accident. Also the fact that the Transfiguration, who appears at the Transfiguration in the gospel? Well, Moses and Elijah. Well, we've just been going through Moses, the whole last, 3 weeks. So I'm kind of excited to kind of tie the whole Moses cycle together and put it within the context of Jesus Christ, which we'll talk about tomorrow down in Ashland. So please come on down. I always have to admit that this reading always bothered me. Moses, as we heard, has put up with so much, and you can even see in his reaction, when he's addressing the people. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Listen to me, you rebels. Probably in the Hebrew, it's probably much stronger. As far as what kind of names he wants to call these people. This has been a long series of just really the people rebelling against Moses and wanting to kill him. And then blaming Moses for all the problems that they have. In this case, the problem is now water. They're looking for water to drink. We know the cycle. They're grumbling against God, yada, 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 all those types of things. But what bothers me is that after all this is said and done, now Moses also unfortunately now gets the divine command that he too, along with his brother Aaron, will not enter into that promised land. And that's kind of what bothers me. You would think after all of this, and Moses did so many things well, that he would at least have the privilege of getting into that land that God was promising him. So what's going on here? What happened? Well, first of all, it's a little bit mysterious as to what God is upset about with Moses. If you read it carefully, what was the command from God to Moses? It was to what? To speak. Yeah. To use the prophetic word to have water draw from the rock. What does Moses do? Probably out of frustration and anger, he hits the rock with his rod, his priestly rod, his shepherd rod, to hit it twice, and that's where it seems like things went wrong. But again, you might still add, Moses didn't do exactly what he was told. Is this, is that an adjustable punishment? Well, again, I think you have to look deeper within the heart. That even Moses, who, again, has the Old Testament readings told us, spoke God face to face. But yet this story in the life of Moses also reminds us very, very detailed, reminds us that even Moses isn't holy enough to enter into God's presence. That we truly need a Savior. And in fact, our Jewish brethren would have seen it that way, in the sense that they're looking for a new Moses. They're looking for someone even greater than Moses, because Moses wasn't even able to achieve that sanctification, that holiness to bring us into God's presence. We need someone greater than Moses. And again, as I'm going to really reflect on in the fall, the people are looking for not only a new Moses, but a new Moses who's going to lead a new Exodus, and who's going to give the new Passover, and who's going to give the new bread from heaven, and all those things. That there's still this messianic expectation of someone even greater than Moses. Now, for us Christians, we say, well, yeah, that's the Son of God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he is the new Moses, and he is one that is greater than Moses. And he is one that even before the foundation of the world has seen God face to face. The very divinity lies within the incarnate Jesus Christ. And, we also see it in Peter. Peter now becomes the rock in which, through the rock, the waters are going to come out through the sacrament of baptism and give life to the church. But even Peter, not holy enough, because in the very next thing in the gospel passage, Jesus then calls him Satan. Only Jesus Christ is the only, this is why when we say he's the only way of salvation, this is why. Nobody is holy enough to achieve the things that Jesus Christ can achieve for us. And then again, tied into our First Friday devotion to the Sacred Heart and the devotion to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. It's all about what? It's all about relying and placing our trust not on our own merits and not on our own, graces, but placing ourselves in the merciful love of the Sacred Heart of Jesus Christ. Because that's what we need. And so I'll end with this. People say, well, I don't go to church, but you know what? I'm a good person. I'm a nice person. I don't kill people. Not good enough. Not good enough. God doesn't come down to us and say, okay, don't kill people and you'll be fine. No, it is a radical transformation that is difficult and hard work, but yet also very rewarding and very fruitful. To completely place all of our trust and our faith in God through Jesus Christ. The only way of salvation, right there. Because there's no other great spiritual guru or leader that can bring us into the true presence of God. And again, sometimes people are like, well, that's very narrow-minded and stuff, but it's just reality. And this story of Moses tells us that no one, from Moses to Peter to Pope Francis, can be the sole source of our salvation. May God bless you.